I've been waiting a little while for this one. Hey there folks, I am the Mighty Plantain. Thanks for checking out this video. I've got a beer here from one of my favorite Maine breweries, Bigelow Brewing. This is their Hop Yard Harvest. Comes in at 5.1% ABV. It's listed here as an ale. Locally sourced hops from the Bigelow Hop Yard. And locally sourced two-row barley from Lisbon, Maine and Mapleton, Maine. Locally sourced with the little Maine logo. Independent craft. Brewed and canned by Bigelow Brewing Company in Skowhegan, Maine, by the way. Not too far from me. Far enough that I'm not there every weekend like I'd like to be. But, you know, I usually hit them once or twice, maybe 3 times a year. But yeah, Hop Yard Harvest, this done with hops that were grown on site. Now, they do some ingredients on site. They try to locally source as much as they possibly can. Otherwise, they've got a wood-fired pizza oven and every one of their toppings. They try to locally source. They do as much as they can with local food vendors and farms. Same thing goes with all the ingredients that go into their beer. And again, I said I'd be there every weekend if I was close enough, but I'm not. It's a little 30 to 45 minute hop for me and the Lady Plantain, my wife. But we try to hit them at least 2 to 3 times a year, and it's a destination brewery. Now they're buying the old. Actually, they might have closed on it by now. The old Solon Manufacturing Building in Skowhegan, Maine, and I really hope that they keep the old Horse Barn Brewery open. I mean, I get it. You've got basically a party in your backyard every weekend, and you can't stay open past a certain point in time because the neighbors might complain. But the original Bigelow Brewery is a great destination. Again, it's an old horse barn that was on the property, and they started brewing out of there and opened to the public and just started making some really great beers. There's a fire pit, there's horseshoes, there's usually live music. You just grab some lawn chairs. If you didn't bring your own, they've got a good pile of them at the brewery. And it's a family-friendly environment. I actually feel good about bringing my kid there. That's saying something. Again, they're buying the Solon Manufacturing Building in Skowhegan, and I really hope they keep the original brewery open like they've been doing, but I understand if they don't. Again, it's right in the owner's backyard, literally. That's kind of what makes it unique. It's kind of what brings it its charm, but honestly, I'll go to the old Solon Manufacturing Building just to get their beers and hang out and do the same thing. I have a feeling it's going to be a very similar atmosphere, even if they don't keep the original brewery open. But either way, no matter what happens, make your way to Bigelow Brewing in Skowhegan, Maine if you're in the area. Whether the original location or the new Solon Manufacturing former Solon Manufacturing location, when they get that up and running, either way, you're in for great beers and great times in a nice family-friendly atmosphere. So that's enough of a sales pitch for them. I'm not getting paid for that, by the way. I really do love the place. But this is Hop Yard Harvest. This is made with their hops grown right on site. And I said I've been waiting for this for a while because I follow them on Facebook and I've been seeing them talking about it. It was never quite ready when I was at the brewery, so I'm thrilled to see it in cans. They've started doing canning for more and more of their beers. I love seeing them in local beer stores. I love seeing the big display that's dedicated solely to Bigelow, and there's a reason they get their own displays from their distributors, because every single one of their beers is solid. They posted some pictures of the hop yard as the cones were in bloom. The Lady Plantain actually printed out a picture that we've hung in our kitchen off of Bigelow's Facebook page, and it's a beautiful picture of some nice hanging hops. Anyway, again, I got to stop sales pitching for these guys. They pretty much speak for themselves, but again, get your asses out there. If you're in the central Maine area, go to Bigelow. Whether you're doing the tourist thing or you live in the area, just check them out. Solid beers, every one. So, well, we're talking about Hop Yard Harvest today. Slightly effervescent, slightly hazy. I did not get a good head on that. I tried to aggressively pour it out of the can, and apparently I did not. But it is a nice, slightly orangey yellow color. But again, slightly hazy, slightly effervescent. I'm seeing lots of bubbles coming up from the bottom there. A very mildly hoppy aroma, but overall just a nice beery aroma. Now again, they're saying it's an ale. And they talk about the hops, but that's not a high IBU one. So, well, I assume not high IBU because they don't list the IBUs on here, but they're listing it as an ale, not an IPA. So I'm assuming that it's not intended to be completely overwhelmingly hoppy. But I am getting a slight hoppy aroma off of that. A little bit of bitterness. Also maybe a slight yeasty or bready aroma. But nothing really crazy or overwhelming coming through in the aroma. Which means we just got to taste it. Whew. Nice medium light mouthfeel. Very smooth, very easy to drink. The hops I was not getting in the aroma are definitely coming through in the taste. At first you taste it and it's just this nice smooth ale. It's almost got a brewed tea flavor to it at first. But then as you're swallowing, or as you're filling your mouth with it and then swallowing, there's like this big burst of hoppy flavor. I'm getting a big hit of pine. Now for me, I'm personally keyed mostly towards pine and citrus, so I'm going to pick up on those more than most folks. I'm going to get them primarily. So big hit of pine. And then I'm getting some earthy, grassy, and slightly floral notes. I'm not getting a whole lot of citrus, maybe just a hint. But the fact that I'm getting the pine up front, that's normal for me. Plus the earthy, grassy, and floral notes, just a hint of floral. That's different for me. I don't always pick up on grassy, earthy, and floral. And just that hint of citrus, tiny hint of citrus. I'm not sure what varieties of hops they put in there, but or what's intended, but I'm definitely picking up on all those 5 different hop notes, and again in the intensities that I described. So for me, this is a really well put together, very hoppy, easy to drink beer. Hop Yard Harvest, and again, it's a Bigelow, so it's not necessarily exceeding expectations because my expectations for Bigelow are pretty damn high to begin with. I'm hitting this with a 4 out of 5. It's really good, really solid. Not quite getting that wow or blown away impression because there's nothing 100% unique about it. All right, you might see a little jump in the editing there. Again, it's because the furnace kicked on and it's a little too noisy for the camera. But yeah, like I said, great beer from Bigelow. I already got my rating in. Hit me up down below. in the comments, the email link. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this beer. While you're down there, don't forget to like and share the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, folks, thanks for tuning in. Drink local. Cheers. The pizzas they grow. The pizzas that they grow. Hey, I might have had a couple of beers before this, but the pizzas that they cook in their brick oven pizza, wood fired pizza oven. It's not necessarily brick. There's a lot of copper to it. Jesus Christ, I'm starting this one over again.